I've done like a couple of property things before, like with progressive property and stuff.
Okay.
And through them, they encourage going to like networking events and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I went to the one at Excel last year.
Okay, yeah.
It would have been around April, May time.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And you was there with your team. And well, actually, I went to another networking event. There was a networking event it was almost in a pub, basically, in Strawbridgeworth.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a bit random.
Yeah.
It's stopped now.
Yeah.
It was a property networking event there, and I met a guy there that was a finance guy. He was a broker, basically. And I was just chatting to him, and I was obviously telling him what I was doing, which I was looking to like source deals at the time. And he basically mentioned something about someone bought a block of flats with and they managed to finance it 100% because they financed it on the GDV of the flats, rather than on the current value. So I was like I didn't really understand what he was talking about at the time, but something registered to me. Oh, okay, I never heard of that before. That's interesting. And he was like started going on about and it was a block and they split the titles, and I was like,
what is that thing?
Yeah, whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
But something registered with me, and then when I came to that event in Excel, and then saw your guys, obviously, I think you was there. I don't know if I spoke to you. I think I spoke to one of your other guys.
Okay.
They just gave me like a leaflet or whatever, and I was like, oh, this is what that guy was talking about. Something similar, like that was split.
Yeah.
So I thought, let me look into it a little bit more. Looked in a little bit more, and then I think I started probably follow you on socials and stuff, and then I got your book, started reading your book, and I think I spoke to you. We had a call actually.
Do you know what? Now I'm remembering you, because now you're saying that, because I'm thinking I have seen you before, but I couldn't place it. Now it makes sense. It would have been at the Excel that I probably met you.
Yeah. So I didn't have my glasses on. So then we spoke, and then I was like, okay. So then told me about the thing, and I was like, but obviously I didn't have capital at the time. So, at that point, it was just about, all right, I was thinking I had a little bit. Yeah. So maybe I could do something up north, like a single buy-to-let or something, 20, 30 grand. Yeah. That's what I did basically with a joint venture partner. I put in a little bit, they put in a bit. But ultimately, I don't really want to be just flipping properties. I want the income monthly. Yes. That's what I want, not just doing 6 months to get £10,000. I'd rather have the monthly
trickle money. I call it trickle money. So you just want little bits every day, every month coming through, rather than one big chunk. And then once you've sold it and you've spent the money, it's gone.
It's gone. Now what? Yeah, I want the recurring income, and basically I want my own portfolio as well. I want to actually hold properties, not just selling them.
Yeah. Good man. Well, it's amazing the journey, from a pub in Strawbridgeworth that you've triggered. You didn't even know about the strategy to now actually delving into it a little bit more, which is great. So no, but thanks for that. I mean, and again, one thing that I can tell you is you are not going to be disappointed, because I think you're going to think, oh yeah, shit, you know what? Because let's quickly talk about the strategy that's available. Buy to let, we've talked about that. It's a no-go because the amount of money and the hassle factor of it, and it's so little the money that you'll have to keep doing to make any kind of passive income. Next one is HMO. HMO, the regulation is crazy, is getting crazier. Yeah. The cost of mortgages has doubled. The cost of utilities have trebled, but the rent have not increased in that magnitude. So you end up, we've got something like 150 tenants in the HMOs, and our contribution per house has now almost halved, because of all these expensive stuff. Plus also, it is not passive. I tell you what, HMO, you've got to actively be managing those things, because everything is breaking all the time, and there are 5-6 people in each house, and it just becomes it's a lot of work.
And I just don't like HMOs because I used to live in one. When I was about 20, 21, I lived in one in West Kensington. I didn't know it was a HMO then. Yeah. It was just,
shared house.
Shared house, and I just don't like the concept personally.
To be fair, some people can't afford to rent a one-bedroom flat, so it works.
Which was, to be fair, that was my case at the time. I could afford, so
correct.
bills was included. So
Correct.
it does serve the purpose.
Yes.
I just don't really like it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I've got it. If I could get rid of it now, I would have. But it's too big now because it generates enough to cover, but it's not as profitable. So to go back into it now, I wouldn't do it again. And then obviously you got commercial conversion, great. But you know what? It's a lot of work, a lot of time. It takes a year and a half before you get planning to get keys and refinance. And it's not full time. It's not a part time job you can do. You have to do it full time. And then you get down to title split. For me, honestly, I'm not just biased here. I still do it myself. I am still doing only that. I'll do the build. I'll do this. I'll do that. But my core strategy for the last 10 years has been this. This is how I've built the numbers, because a bit like what you said, the first 10 years I was buying one, waiting for 5 years for it to get up a bit, refinance, take that money out, buy more, and then 14 years or 15 years ago now, whatever, I came across this strategy and it really went, we were buying I was buying 4, 6, 8, 12 in a block. All of a sudden you get to hundreds quite quickly. Yeah. So,
and I think even like you mentioned, like stuff like commercial.
Yes.
Like I'm not a builder. I don't have experience like
yes.
that. Like I couldn't change the skirting boards in the house. Like,
yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't have that kind of experience, but for this type of strategy, like the flats and stuff, it's kind of, when I was like finding them, they are